So I was just this kid doing art and putting it out in the streets, and I never thought anything would come from it. I just wanted to do it just to do it. And I get a cold email from Snapchat one day just being like, hey, we like your art, we want to come meet you. So from there, I met the Snapchat guys, and 6 months later they asked me to do all the art for their new offices that they're moving into. Welcome to Street Art Stories. I'm ThankYouX. My artwork was in an executive's office at a major movie studio, and someone went in for a meeting one day and took a picture of my piece, sent it to his friend, and that friend happened to be Evan Spiegel, the CEO of Snapchat, and there was like 15 people working for them at the time. They were in a house, and they were amazing people. They were doing all these amazing things. That was life-changing for me because it opened so many doors. It opened the floodgates for like the tech world to be like, this is the artist that Snapchat likes. And so from there, all these other major tech companies were hitting me up. And I remember being so grateful for that moment. It's kind of like these series of things where I was just doing art, someone noticed it, and then galleries would hit me up, blogs would hit me up. So everything was very natural. Like I put it in front of people liked it, and then reached out to me. Everything that I started doing is just a tribute to Warhol. So Warhol specifically broke down barriers, and he changed what art could be. He made a Brillo box an art piece. He made a soup can an art piece. I just came out and said thank you, and then signed it with an anonymous X. And then all the different art blogs were posting it being like, ThankYouX puts another tribute to Warhol. And I was like, oh, okay, well I guess I'm ThankYouX, and then that's how everything started. My art has several layers to it. Every cube is a different story, and it might just look like a pattern, but there's a lot of hidden messages, and things are flipped around, moved backwards, so it's almost like a puzzle. When a musician writes a song and you have a feeling, that's not what the singer was trying to tell you, but that's the story that you told yourself. I want it to be a story that you can see that I didn't even mean to write.
You're going to be given your own cube. You're actually only drawing in 2 of the sections of this cube. One side will be for your name artwork. The other side will be for an abstract artwork we'll do later. So when you're looking at your cube, it should be the 2 sides at the bottom to make it look like a book. I'm actually not going to draw in this one at all. We're going to end up cutting it out. So if you have the cube and it's turned any other way, make sure you have it facing you like a book, all right? So I don't want this part. I'm going to put a big X there to remember that that's the one I don't want. On the left side, I'm going to create my name design. So I'm just going to write that down here. On the left, again, you know it's the left when you make an L with your hand. And on this side, I'm going to do an abstract design. So I'm just going to write A for abstract. Before I start anything, on the back of my cube, I'm going to write my name and my center letter. All right, this cube is all about you. It's a you cube. My name design goes here. Now, I'm not just writing my name, I'm making an artwork out of my name. Much like graffiti artists create artwork with just a word. So if you're not familiar with making bubble or block letters, now's the time to start practicing. I want to write out my name large enough so that I can transform it in a bubble or block letter. I don't quite know how I want to fit it in yet, so I can just test it out by drawing nice and light. And you can see my name is long, so I don't really like that. I wrote it nice and light so I can erase. When I erase, I actually keep my hand like this, like an L, and I erase just between my finger and thumb and move my hand around. That way I'm not wrinkling my paper. Now, if your name is really long and you don't want to jam all the letters in, you can do a nickname, just as long as it represents you. All right, so my letters, A-R-I, are not block letters or bubble letters right now. That's okay. It's like the skeleton inside a body. First there's bones, then it's wrapped with muscle and skin, right, to give it the shape. So I have my bones here. Now I'm gonna go around those and give it its shape. I'm gonna go with the bubble style here, so I'm making it kind of bumpy and big. One way is to go around it like that. Another way is just to go with ovals. So an oval around that way, an oval around this way to get my R. And for my A, I'm actually just gonna go around like this. Notice I kept it nice, and I'm going the same thickness with all my letters. Here, it would go right off my cube, so I'm just making it fly right off the end, and then my inside would be right about there. So now I can erase the inside, and because I drew nice and light, it should erase pretty easily. And here's where I need to start thinking about the rest of my design, the rest of my artwork. Do I want a pattern behind my name? Do I want pictures that represent my personality? Do I want cool lines and shapes? This is all up to me, all right? This is where I start putting in my style, the things I like, planning it all with pencil today. That's all I'm worried about.